once again, colleagues.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Senior.
We are very happy to meet on the same platform to discuss a very important thing on Excel. But before we begin, I would want us to take note of a few things. That is, based on the communique that was posted on the platform, which required that we are to install Microsoft Excel 2013 or later. I trust each and every one of us here has it on his or her machine. I believe we have it on our machine, on our computers.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That is fine. That is fine.
What if you have 16, 13 or 16?
All right. 13 and later. That is 13, 19,
Okay.
20, 21, whatever you have, whatever version you have will be suitable for what we are coming to do. So this program or this section was brought to you by Mr. who is the person of the coordinator for higher education, Ghana Society for Education Technology. And this section is going to take place from today up to 5th of September 2024. Now, the section has been categorized into two, which is beginner to intermediate and advanced. Now, with this, under the beginner, we are going to have 5 days. We start from today. Fridays evening or Fridays and Saturdays will be excluded. So we'll be meeting from Monday to Thursday and then Sunday. And this is so because we want to keep the Sabbath. Thank you. So without much with you, the person of Wilford Law, an alumnus of Valley View University, and I'm highly grateful to meet you once again, as I said earlier, to learn with you Microsoft Excel. So quickly, we are going to dive into it and look at what we can do for today. So today's objective, we are going to look at 3 main objectives. That is, understanding the interfaces of Microsoft Excel. Also know how to handle data entry. Know how to copy, paste, and move worksheets. So basically, these are the 3 objectives for the day.
Hello.
Please, I heard somebody. Hello.
Yeah, it's me.
Hello, sir. Okay, boss.
I just want to say a little thing. You see,
Okay.
some of us have knowledge in Excel. So you might what you are going to do as very basic and boring. But then we also want to carry along those who have little or no knowledge in Excel. That is why he's starting from this point. So don't be bored if you already know some of these things he's taking you through. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, boss. So like my boss just said, some of us already have in-depth knowledge in what we are doing. However, we have colleagues amongst us that needs to start from the beginning. So please don't be bored. Start with us and complete with us. Thank you very much, boss, once again. So our main objectives, we have 3 objectives. That is understanding the interfaces.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, please, humbly, I want to find out whether the recording is being, the session is being recorded.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. So it means you will get the video after
Yes,
the
please.
recording of the class, right?
Yeah, yes, please. But it will be very much advantageous when you are online with us, because there may be some questions that you may ask as and when we are doing it. So I will recommend you stay online with us. However, the recording will be posted as soon as we are done. All right, so that is what we are going to look at. So at the end of this lesson, learners will be familiarized with the Excel interface. So today's lesson should take care of anything concerning the interface of the Excel. Also, anything concerning how to enter data into Excel sheets, and also how to copy data from one sheet to another, how to paste, and also move worksheet from one location to another. So that is what we're going to do for today. Now, if you look at Excel, we're saying that an Excel is a powerful spreadsheet, which is also part of the Microsoft Office suite. Now, when you talk of the Microsoft Office suite, that is where we are going to have the Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Publisher, Microsoft Outlook, and Microsoft Excel, and the rest. So we are going to narrow ourselves onto Microsoft Excel, which is part of the Microsoft Office suite. So basically, when you say Microsoft Excel, is a powerful spreadsheet program which was developed by Microsoft Office for Windows, Macintosh, Android, and iOS users. Now, what is it used for? Microsoft Excel is used for data analysis. When you talk of data analysis, then we are trying to say that Excel is a powerful tool for data analysis, which allows users to handle large data sets. I may not show everything as I explain, because we want to get hands-on practical, want to have the practical aspect, and you won't be examined based on what we'll do. However, we want each and every one of us to get the practical aspect. We want to expose ourselves to it. So I may explain certain things which I may not show on the screen. For instance, I said one main use of Microsoft Excel is for data analysis. And I'm trying to explain that Microsoft Excel, as we have already said, is a powerful tool. It's for data analysis, which allow users to handle large data sets. It also helps users to sort and filter data, which the users use advanced formulas and functions to perform complex calculations. So what we are saying is that Microsoft, being used for data analysis, has a lot to do. With it, you can perform complex calculations. Also, we are saying that it is used to keep records. Excel is widely used for record-keeping purposes, such as maintaining inventories, tracking of sales, managing employees' records, and storing of customers' data, and so on and so forth. So with this, users can create structured database that are easy to search, they are easy to sort, and easy to update as and when the need be. So it's a powerful tool for record keeping. Also, we are saying that it is also used by finance managers, accountants, for financial modeling. what we are trying to say is that the Microsoft Excel helps users to perform financial calculations. So because of its popularity, accountants and finance managers make use of Microsoft Excel for budget drawing, for forecasting, financial modeling, as we have said. Example, if you go to the bank, there's a function in Microsoft Excel which is PMT. That is for payment. And then we have MPV, that is for net present value. This is what is used to calculate for somebody who has gone for a loan. You go for a loan, and based on what the amount you are supposed to pay in every month, Microsoft Excel, with its functionality, can help you execute that task with ease. And so it has become one of its primary use. That is financial modeling. And the next one we have is data visualization. Data visualization. Microsoft Excel helps users to visualize data to be able to present data in a suitable way and manner where users get clear understanding of whatever data the person wants to show. An example is the graphing, that is the charts we have in our textbooks, the charts we have in our presentations, the charts we have in our how do I put it? Most of the data, for example, Ghana statistics, that is the census. After everything, they will have to put everything in a chart. When the coronavirus came, they were using this data visualization to communicate to users to be able to know whether the disease was declining or was progressing. We're saying that Microsoft Excel has that function to help you visualize your data. The next we have is automating repetitive tasks. That is the most interesting aspect I love. Automating repetitive tasks. With this, Microsoft Excel will help you not to repeat yourself in some of the things you do. For example, if you are the type, or you are a teacher, or in your workplace or at your workplace, you are in charge of marking attendance, checking attendance, or tracking attendance of your employees. With Microsoft Excel, you can automate it for it every day check and give you updates as to who is absenting himself and who is being punctual. Another one we have is project management. Project management. Microsoft Excel is used for project management tasks such as creating charts, tracking of project timelines, managing tasks, allocating resources. It also helps project managers monitor progress and make necessary adjustments to keep the project on track. So with the Microsoft Excel, you'll be able to manage your project, assign tasks to resource persons to be able to carry on your projects with ease. The key aspects of Microsoft Excel also relies on data management. Data management. Now, as we have said in the definition, Microsoft Excel is used to create a structured database. If you go to the hospitals, if you go to the banking sectors, if you go to the restaurants, Almost every firm, they make use of this powerful tool, Microsoft Excel. If you go to schools, those of you are teachers, at the end of this, the final project, you would know what I'm trying to say better. You create database with records on your students. That is when you're a teacher, to be able to make things run smoothly with the use of the Microsoft Excel. Things become very easy. You will manage the data, protect it. In fact, it does a lot. And when we dive deep, you know what I'm trying to say. The last I'm going to talk about is mathematical and statistical calculations. Excel is equipped with various mathematical and statistical and also engineering functions, making it suitable for scientific calculations. I made mention earlier that the Ghana statistics, they have been using charts and those things. This Excel has that power to do same. So for scientific calculations, as I've said earlier, statistical analysis, and also researches. It is widely used in academic and research as we are doing, setting to analyze data and present findings. Those of us who are maybe familiar with writing of project works, you know that you get to certain stage and you may be required to use the Excel to present certain data based on your findings. So basically, these are the most uses or the primary uses of Microsoft Excel. Having known this, let's look at the interface of the Microsoft Excel. So when you launch your Microsoft Excel, by default, it will take you to sheet 1. Those of you who have launched it, you will see that by default, you have sheet 1 to be launched, and you may see this beautiful interface. Microsoft Excel has 9 different tools, which are mostly used in carrying out any activity in the Microsoft Excel. If you look at the menu tabs, you could see that we have the first one to be file. Or with a click on the file, you will see we have the home button, the new button. That is when you want to launch a new Microsoft Excel. You will see predefined templates. Predefined templates that, for example, if you want to design a report on sales, this predefined templates will be useful for you. There are a lot of predefined templates. You can make search using the search bar here. Also, we have a lot of the predefined templates. These are templates that you can use when you think or you feel that what you are going to work with has relationship or correlation with any of the templates we have here. And so with the file, when you go to the new tab is used to create a new Excel workbook, either from scratch or from a template. Now, if you click on the blank workbook, that means you want to create it from scratch. Also, if you should click on any of the predefined templates, it comes with already data in the Excel workbook. Also, we have open here. Now, with a click on the open is used when you want to open an existing workbook from your computer or any cloud storage. And so when you click on the open, you have a link or access to your computer's memory, that is this PC. So with a click on your computer's memory or this PC, you have access to your memory, and wherever you have stored your Microsoft Excel file or workbook, you can click on it and it will be open for you to access it in the Microsoft Excel workbook. If you come to the save button, I clicked on it and it's saving, so pardon me for that. If you come to the save button, we're saying that this is used to save the current workbook. The workbook you have opened and you are working with. The save button is used to save that current workbook. If a new workbook, or if it's a new workbook, you'll be required to enter or type the name that you would wish to save it. So, for example, if I clicked on the save, because we have already saved our training workbook with a name Formula Tutorial 1, it will only save it automatically. However, if I go to Save As, now this is requesting that we save the file in a different name. So for instance, if you click on the Save As, you'll be taken to your computer, that is this PC. I want to save it onto the desktop. So with a click on the desktop, this has to open a window for you, and that window, so this is it. It will open a window. It might not show because I'm not showing it. I'm not sharing that screen. It will open a window for you, and with that window, you'll be able to change or type the name you want to save the Excel sheet. So basically, the Save As helps us to modify the name of an existing Excel file. Now, if you come to the print, this is where you want to print the current workbook. You've worked in it and you want to print. So with a click on the print, you'll be able to print the current workbook. Also, if you come to the share, with the share, this is where you, the user, wants to share your workbook with different users or friends. So when you click on the share, you are going to have either the link to share or you share it through a mail. So if you should click on the mail, that a recipient mail that you enter. So the share button here or the share tab here is basically for you to share your Excel workbook with different users or friends. Now, if you come to export, how do you want to export your Excel workbook? This is where you may want your Excel workbook to be stored or to be saved as PDF. You want to export the Excel workbook in a PDF format. Your boss, whom you are working under, has instructed you to work with some data which you may need to use Excel, after which your boss has asked you to export the work in PDF format to him. How will you do it? This is how you do it. You come to export. Now you come to create. So create PDF or SPS. So if it's PDF, you create it, you click on the create, and you'll be able to save the work in PDF format. This is to tell you that after saving the work and you launch it, it is going to open in a PDF reader, not in the Excel. Why? Because the format or the extension has been changed from the Excel extension to PDF. Now, if you come to the publish, this is where you may want to publish your Excel workbook or your work online for other users to have access to it on the internet. So with the help of this tab, you'll be able to export, you'll be able to publish your Excel workbook for users to have access to your workbook. And this is mostly used in correlation with the Power BI. The Power BI, which is for advanced users. And we are hoping to get there one day. Now, if you come to the close tab here, this close tab, what it does is it closes the current workbook. It closes the current workbook. As you can see, upon clicking on it, you could see that it has closed the current workbook. So I have to relaunch it again. Yeah, because if I click on them, they will start to work, and as they are working, we will not see what we are doing. That is why I only show it without clicking on it. So pardon me to show the screen again. Good. So that is the file tab. Now, if you come to the home, where I would want us to pay particular attention to some of the tools we have here. Now, if you come to the home tab has some groups of tools, which I'm going to discuss the first one with you, which is the clipboard. Now, with the clipboard, it has the cut, the copy, the format painter, and then the paste. So, for instance, if you are working with a data in Excel, but you want to copy, with the use of these tools, you'll be able to copy and paste with ease. So basically, under the clipboard group, what is there is you cut, you copy, you paste. We have another group which is the formatting, which is used to format your data in the sheet or the cells. So as you can see, it looks similar to that of the Microsoft Word. If you look at where we have our pointer, we have this to be the font type. With the use of any of these font types, your data which you have which you have in the cell will change according to the font type you may select. We'll get there. I want us to go through them, then we put them in practice, and then we know what we meant. So, for instance, before we continue to look at what we have said, this is the row and this is the column. So the row is from the left side to the right side. That is what we call a row. The row has 1 to infinity. Excel has more than 16,000 rows. It has more than 16,000 rows. So as you can see, I have selected the first row, and this is the first column. So the column also has, so I have selected the column. So this is the column which has letterheads. Now the letterheads start from the A to Z. From A to Z, now right after Z, then it goes to AS in that order. So we have column A, column B, column C, column D, and column E in that order. When a column and a row meet, they form a cell. So this column and then this row, when they meet, it means they are going to form a cell. And how do we name or how do we reference this cell? We reference this cell based on the column head and the row number. So because this cell is on column A, the name will be A, and then because the column A has the row number 1, we have 1. So basically, this cell is cell A1. Now, if you want to see this, with the help of your formula bar, you would see that the moment you select the cell, the name box will show the name of the cell. So when you select this cell, it will show here B1. Why is it B1? It is B1 because we have the column to be B and the row to be 1. So basically, because we have the column to be B and the row to be 1, this cell will be known or will be called cell B1. So that is how to name a cell. Now, if I'm to come here, this cell. Now with this, you would know that it is in column J and row 13. The row number is 13. So we can emphatically say that the name for this cell is cell J13, which is being shown in the name box. So basically, that is how to show or to name the cell. Now with these names, as we move further, they are what we may use to write our formulas and our functions. So I would advise that you take note of how we got the names or how the cells are named. Thank you very much. Now, if you come to the font size, if you have a data, let's try to have a data here. So I'm going to have a name, Then we have date of birth. They have maybe gender. Then we have maybe hometown. All right, telephone number or mobile number. Mobile number. Now we have to be expanding this. As a beginner, you will do this, but as we move on, you may have something to automate this, and that is the macros we spoke about earlier. So for example, if we have a name like Ama Ekenam Amuzu, and then date of birth maybe 12 December 2000, then we have the gender to be, of course, female. Then we have mobile number to be 0257514418. Now, pay attention here. As soon as I remove the cell or I select another cell, you see that this 0 will disappear. Yes, so as a beginner, you would see this. So one of the reasons why we started from the beginning level is this. How do we make sure the number will appear? This will bring us to the home tab again. So on the home tab, you come to general. With the general, that is where we'll select the data type we want. So if you look at the name, the data type is a text. So by default, the data type will be on general. However, if you look at the date, it's supposed to be date. The date is supposed to be date. That is, the data type is supposed to be date. The gender is supposed to be either female or male, or decide not to say. Now, mobile number. We know that in Ghana, our mobile numbers has 10 digits. So as an Excel beginner learning, you should know that anytime you enter number in Excel, what you have to do is that you go to your general, then you come to more number format. So on the more number format, you would see that on the more number format, you would see that a pop-up menu will appear with which will say or ask you to format the cell. Now, because we want to customize the number, what we have to do is that we will go to custom. Now, when you go to custom, you would see the number you entered. You see the number you entered. You come to the 0 here, then you make sure that click on the 0, then you make sure that this 0 is up to 10 digits. So we are going to have, already we have 1 0 there. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as soon as you get the 10 zeros, then you click on OK. So when you do it, you will see that your number is now showing as the correct digit or correct number, which has the 0, 2, 5, and so on and so forth. Good. if you come to, we are still on the home tab. That is the general. Now, if you come to the gender, you cannot be assuming we are writing more than 100 or 60 students' name. It will be boring for us to be writing male, female, male, female. So what do we have to do? We have to validate it. When we say validate, then it means this particular column should only have either male or female as the data type. So that is what you have to, or the user have to write in this. How do we achieve that? As an Excel beginner and taking note of what we are doing, you go to the home tab. We are still on the home tab. You go to the home tab. Now you could see that the home tab, as I said earlier, has a lot of tools, which you cannot use any of the tools under the home tab to achieve this. So because of that, we have to move to the data type. Why? Because we are saying that we want to validate the data that will be entered in the column C, which has the heading to be gender. So we'll go to data, then we'll come to, we go to data, then we come to, let's go to data, then we come to data tools, this arrow. So that is data validation. Yes, where we have the test column, we have data validation. You click on it, then you validate the data. So you click on it. Now, when you click on it, another window will show. This is what you will use to validate the data in column C. So as a beginner, it will be interesting for you to be able to use this to validate a particular column, which will restrict users to go by what data you want them to insert. So when you come here, then you click on the arrow, which is just beside any value. Then you go to list. We have whole numbers. That is when you want to use numbers. We have decimal numbers.
So the screen, what you are doing is not showing.
It's not showing.
What I'm doing is not showing it.
Yeah, it's not showing.
Yes, please.
All right. Sorry. Please, is it showing or is it still not showing?
It's showing now, sir.
Please, is it showing? Please,
Yes,
can
please.
you see? Yeah, so you can see the window I am moving.
No, it's not showing.
Yeah, but we can see it here showing.
You can see the window I'm moving, right?
It's not showing.
No, please, the window is not
supposed
showing.
to be a dialogue.
That is showing.
Yeah, that's
It's not showing.
You will see we are on data validation.
There's
on data.
An additional dialog box which comes with a window. That's where we'll be able to select the data, what's the name, sir? The list, the data type. And that window is not showing. We can only see the Excel interface, the windows.
Oh, okay.
That is the cells and rows.
Oh, okay. So if I understand you, then it means you are not seeing the window I am talking about. That is the data validation window.
No, we cannot see.
Yes, please.
cannot see that one.
All right. Let me see how to fix this. Boss. Come on, Bacho. Me online I be with the Mr. Brown. Colleagues, is it showing now? Is it showing now?
No, sir, please, the window is still not showing.
It's still not showing, right?
Yes, please. We can only see the spreadsheet, but we can't find the window.
You can only see the
Sir,
Excel interface.
I think it's the ribbons that are not showing, not the window. The ribbons are not showing, not the window, sir.
Oh,
The
for the
Excel
ribbon,
interface is showing.
the Excel
The
interface
Excel
is
interface
showing.
is showing, but we cannot see the window.
Yeah, for the ribbons, when I click, you will see it as and when I click on them. Good. So what I was trying to do was, let me try doing it again, was you go to data, those of you with your machine, you go to data, that is the data tab, then you would see where we have test columns, where we have test columns, you will see we have data tools. So just at the immediate top of the data tools, you will see an icon there with an arrow pointing down. You click on it and then it will take you to the data validation. Now with the data validation, you are going to restrict its use when you want. It's not still showing.
Yeah, the data validation didn't come.
All right, but how many of us are on the same page? How many of us are seeing what I'm talking of?
Yeah, some of us are with the window, but where to navigate to the areas you are showing, that's where we are now. So
all right. So please, I'm coming again. You go to your data tab. Are we there? This data tab. You go to your data tab.
Yeah, you can see that.
Are we there?
Yes, sir.
You go to your data tab. You go to your data tab. Are you there?
yes, sir.
Good. And then
Yes, sir.
then you go to. I hope you can see my cursor. You can see it.
Yes, we can see it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you click on that data validation.
I've seen the data validation.
All right. So what? Yeah. When you click on data validation, you would see that a pop-up window will show. Are you there?
Yes.
Is the window
Now, with
that
the pop-up window that we show, we have it first tab to be settings, then we have input message and an error alert. I hope we are on the same page.
Please check. I've sent a screenshot of what you are talking about. You can share it for us to follow.
All right. That is it. That is it. That is what I'm talking of. Yeah, that is what I'm talking of. Good. I hope we are all there.
Yes, sir.
Good. So what we are trying to say here is that this is used when you want to restrict a user on a particular data. For instance, you don't want the user to be able to enter anything apart from either male or female. So with the help of that, we'll have to go to, so where we have the any value, we'll click on the arrow and you will see list. Are we there? Have we seen it? List. Among the any values, we have whole numbers, decimals, dates, time, test length, custom, and then we have list. Are you there?
For me, I can't see what you are talking about.
Yeah, there.
Please.
That Dropbox is still not showing for my end though. It's still not showing. I don't know
That
why.
that drop down is still not showing.
Still not showing, yeah.
Wow. All right. Can any one of you, because I am trying to show it, but I don't know why it's not showing at your end. You know why it's not showing at your end? Who sent the screenshot on the platform? Try sharing your screen for me to see. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, try sharing your screen for me to see. If the problem is from my end, now I'll know how to handle it. All right, so you go to.
All right.
So you go to data. Yeah, you click on data validation. So yours is showing. Mine is supposed to show.
Now it's going.
Yeah, so that is what I'm trying to say. So all right. So you select list. We have list. We have the list. Good. That is it. Now, in the list, as we have selected the list, what we have to do is that we'll come to the source. We'll come to the source. Now, you click in the source bar where we have the source. Then you come to the C column. You select from the second row downwards to the number of students or the number of data you may want to have. So for instance, if we are having 40, then you select from the second cell to the 40th cell. I hope you are doing that. All right. All right. Now, your data validation window shouldn't disappear. So where is it? It should not disappear.
It's here.
All right. All right. So the moment you do that, you would see that this column you selected and the cells you selected will be named or referenced in the source bar. So what we are going to do is that we are trying to say that, hold on, we are trying to say that in this column, that is column C, whatever you write there should be a list of items. Now, our case, we want to make it male and female. We want to make it male and female. So what we have to do is that, because we want to make it male and female, we'll erase what we have there, select the column. So you erase it, begin everything at fresh. You select the column, rows. So I've selected mine. We want to enter what the user is supposed to choose. So first, you have to select the column. After selecting the column, then you go to, after selecting the column, then you go to the data validation. You go to the list. And this time, we are going to list female and male. So we have female. Now, right after writing the female, there should be a comma between the list you are giving out. So female, then you bring comma. Then you go to male. Please, are you on the same page with me?
Hello, what? Hello?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Those are interchanging. Which one are we? Your screen or the screen the guy shared? Because they are interchanging with different input. So we are missing here. Which one are we supposed to follow? Your screen or the other guy?
All right. So you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this and see. You remove your screen. Let me share Let me share the window again and see if everything will appear. I will not share the Excel. I will share my computer's window.
Okay.
Then we'll see what will happen. Okay. All right. So you can remove your screen, or you can stop sharing. So stop sharing and let's see. Yeah, I believe it is now showing, right?
Please.
I hope it is showing.
Yes, sir. It's now showing. Yes, please.
All right. So, pardon me for the inconvenience it's caused. So what I was trying to say is that now we have gender here as our heading, gender. We have our heading, gender, and we want to make sure that under this gender, the user will be restricted to select from whatever we have written there, as in you, the developer, being it female and male. This means when the user should enter or type a different thing apart from male and female, because we have validated it, it should communicate to the user that what you have entered is not correct. So let's first select this column. I am selecting up to 50. I have selected mine up to 50. So you do same to yours. Now, right from that, you go to the data validation. Now, on the data validation, you can go to where we have any value. There is an arrow pointing down. You click on it, then you come to list. Now, when you come to list, you see a source bar. Now, this source bar, this is where we write whatever data we want to show to the user in the column for the gender. So we want to show male and female. So we have to write female. Now, if you write the first item, you separate it by comma. Please take note, without the comma, it will not work. So the female, then you bring your comma. Then we have male. Then you bring your comma. Now this time, you bring other. That means the person is not a female or male. The person doesn't want to say it. So you may say other. After that, you click on OK. So the moment you click on OK, you would see that when you select any row in the column C, which is for gender, you will see a drop-down arrow. When you click on it, you see it will populate what we did. It will populate what we did. So when you click on it, as you can see, we have female, we have male. So the user will only click and then select one. So when you select it, that is it, male. Then you click on it. I don't say so other. Then you click on it. Then you go to what? Female. In that order. So as a beginner to Excel, and knowing this, it will help you in building complex applications whereby users will be requested to only select based on the criteria you have given them. So we have male, female, in that order. Now, if I should enter something like maybe if I should enter something like maybe uncle, you will see that it is telling you something. It says that this value does not match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. Now, this is telling you that you cannot enter anything in the cell apart from what we have given to the cell, or what we have restricted users to write. So I have to delete this. Now, we want to customize the notification or the warning message, because if you should write anything, what comes is too long and it's not looking good. It says that this value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. You see, it is boring. So what do we have to do? So we have to, let's first erase what we have done. Then we have to select our column again, and then we'll go to data validation. We have to select our column again. Then we'll go to data validation. Now, this time we'll go to input message. Now, the input message works just like a placeholder. When we say a placeholder, those of you who have been accessing the internet, you will see that when you are filling the form, you get to a certain form, and you will see that in the field, they will write, for example, enter email. and you will see an example of email in the field just to hint you on what to do. So in Excel, we can also do same here. You have to hint the user as to what exactly you expect him to write or what exactly you expect him to select. So that is the input message. So we are going to say that click on the arrow to select gender. So we are going to write that. Click on the arrow and that arrow is a drop down arrow. So click on the drop down arrow to select. Your message could be different from mine. However, for demonstration's sake, let's use it. So to select gender. So when I click OK, you would see that immediately I clicked on the OK. When I click in the cell, then the placeholder will show. The message we just wrote will show that click on a drop down arrow to select gender. So this, you are trying to tell the person or the user what to do. So with a click on the drop down, then it will show for the person to what? To say as you want the person to do. Again, when we select our column cells again, this time we want to also modify the error message. So you go to validation again, then you go to error alerts. You can say warning, you can say information, it can be an information. Now when you click on the information, this symbol signifies an information. It means you want to communicate something to the user. Now if you come to the warning, then you see this warning sign. So for example, we'll use this warning sign. Then the message, let's see. We can say this cell only accepts gender. So that is my statement. Yours could be different. So let's click on OK and see. So when we enter anything, then that information will show. As you can see, this cell only accepts gender. So basically, this is how to validate a cell. So you can use this in complex applications. When you want to restrict users to type particular things, for example, if you come to the date, you can restrict or you can validate this, that apart from date, you cannot enter any data type here apart from date. So basically, that is how it is. So you just have a drop down, you select, you are free to go. So now we have the name to be Ama Ekenam Amuzun. The date of birth is 12 December 2000 and the gender is male. So we are changing it to what? Female. And the mobile number, we have this mobile number. We are keeping the ball rolling. Now, the next thing, which is very important and useful, is the formatting. Now, you may have to design your interface very beautifully. So what you have to do is that as a beginner, as a beginner, any cell you want to format, what you have to do first is to select that particular cell. For example, I want to format the first cell, which is cell A1. Cell A1. And we have already looked at why it is called cell A1. So if I have cell A1, then what you have to do is you go to the fill color, just like a tilted bucket
Hello,
with a
sir.
color under it.
Hello, sir.
Color. So you click on the
Hello.
arrow beside the filled
Hello,
color.
sir.
Hello, I'm listening.
I think somebody's mic is giving feedback. There's a mic on giving feedback. Honorable.
Please, if the person is hearing what we are saying, kindly mute your mic. Thank you for complying.
Click and hold on the image of the person and mute it yourself. Maybe the person is not aware.
Relax,
So
the thing is done.
click and hold person's icon.
All right, so I would be compelled to mute the person. All right, I think the person is off now. All right, thank you for complying. Now, what we are saying is that if you want to format it, first of all, you have to select the cell you want to format. For example, we want to format the first cell, which is cell A1. And like I said earlier, this is a name box. This name box contains the names of the cells. And so wherever that you will select, you will see that the name will appear in the name box. So its purpose is to just display the name of a cell to you. Good. So we'll select this. Then under the formatting, we have a bucket which has been tilted, and it is a fill color bucket. That is the icon. The icon looks like a paint in a bucket which has been tilted. It has a color under it. When you click on the arrow beside it, it has so many colors. So whichever color that you hover your mouse on it, you see that the selected cell will change just as you hover or you put or you select the color. So my favorite color is deep or dark blue. So I'm going to select dark blue. If you don't see the color you want here, what you have to do is that you go to more colors, then you click on it. You can mix your own color here. So I am going to mix my own color. So I think I would use this color. So I have selected my color. Then that is the standard. If you come here, then you mix your own color. You can mix your own color. So when you select the color, it is going to be applied on the cell you selected. Now, coming back to the clipboard, we have the format painter. When we say format painter, what we are trying to say is that it helps us to format our cells whenever we want to color or fill any cell with a color. So we are having this to be, is it the color, is it blue or no? Like the color combination people may be able to tell me the color very well. However, let's keep the ball rolling. So if instead of coming here and then coming to this side to select the same color in order to match the first color, with the use of the format painter, I can just do it with ease. So what I will do is that I'll select the cell which has the color I want to use to fill the other cells. Now, upon selecting, I'll click on the format painter. So when I click on the format painter, it is going to select this. When I bring it to wherever I want this paint or this color to fill, I'll just click on it and you will see that the color has been applied to this cell. So it is a shortcut for you to be coming here and then select the same color, or if you want to apply a particular color to a cell. So I'll do it again. I'll select it, then drop it here. I'll select it, then drop it here. So you could see that with the help of the format painter, we have been able to format the cells with the same color. However, you can select all the cells you want to format. Then you select the color you want. You select the color you want, which is also easier. Good. Again, another important thing to note is, just like in the Microsoft Word, when we are doing our project work, we are restricted to use Times New Romans. That is the font type. We are also, as designers and young ITs, we are also required to use a very good font type. That will vary. I like using a particular font type. You may not like. You may not like what I use. However, you have to choose whatever font type you want. So the font type we are going to choose is going to change the appearance of the text we have in the cells. Note, I already said that anytime you want to format a cell, you have to first select the cell. So we have to select this cell. So after selecting it, then you just click on the drop down arrow just beside the font type to select any font type you prefer. I prefer elephant. I like using elephant. So this is elephant, which I like using. Elephant is one of the font type I like. My favorite font type, elephant. So when I chose elephant, you could see that the appearance of the text has changed. The same way, we can select the row, then select the color for the text. So I am choosing, because of the background, I'm choosing red. So I have chosen red. Now you can see that we now have our column heads to be what? Formatted. It's not looking nicer, or it's not looking beautiful. What do we have to do as young programmers or young ITs? What we have to do is that we have to make sure our clients or our customers look at our products and become happy. We want our headmasters, our leaders to look at it and then become happy. So we have to continue formatting. You could see that when you center them, it will be very nice. So this brings us to the alignment. How do we align? Now, just like what we have in the Excel, we have left alignment, we have center alignment, and then we have right alignment. Unlike the Microsoft Word, where you have justification, with Microsoft Excel, you are not going to have justification. However, you will be able to do or position it anywhere you want. So let's try to format the alignment. So I am going to choose center. So I've chosen center, and it's looking beautiful now. I'll go to make sure that the text become deep, and in that case we said you are bolding the text. So you click on the B. The B tells, that is the formatting bar where we have the B, which tells you that you want to bold your text. So when I click on the B, you see the text has been bolded. If you click on the I, it means you want to italic your text. Yes, have you seen how it is looking now? Good. So that is it. If you click on the U, which is underline, it means you want to underline your headings, which it is not suitable here. So wouldn't click on it. If I click it, you see that there has been what? Sorry, they have been underlined. So now we have our headings to be underlined. So basically, this is how to format the heading. Assuming you have been given a task to perform using the Excel. Most of our pastors, our elders, finance, a lot of people make use of Excel. Now, those with us, at the end of the program, you should be able to format your Excel to look very beautiful. Good. So we are now having it here.
So can I ask a question?
You can ask.
Okay. I think with Word, when you are doing formatting, you can be able to change the text to either uppercase or lowercase from the text box, around the text box. I don't know if you can take me through that.
Yeah, we'll get there. With the Microsoft Excel, you can't do it directly as you do in the Word. However, we write functions to take care of that. So when we get to, we'll look at a lot of things. This is just the introduction and just to familiarize ourselves with the tool we'll be using. So remind me when we get to the formulas, okay? I'll give you the formula or the function that will change your text to uppercase. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. You are welcome. Good. So now, how do we select our column, both the column and the cell? We said that when a column and a row meet, they form a cell. And when you select a cell, the name changes to active cell. What is an active cell? An active cell is a cell which is ready to accept data. So for instance, I have selected this. This becomes an active cell. All those cells we see around this cell are not active. And so because of that, when I click on the keyboard, whatever key I'll click on will appear in the active cell. That is why we say that an active cell is a cell that is ready to accept input or data. Now, another thing I want us to know is range. What do we mean when we say range? As an Excel programmer or Excel user, you should know and understand what a range is. Now, we'll say that sometimes in a conversations or communication with others, you say that, between the ranges of this and that, or from the range of this and that. Now, when it comes to Excel, we also have range. Now, when you have a group of cells selected, we call it a range. I have selected the cell A is in the column A, and the number is 4. So it's what? Cell A4. Now, if I select cell A4 and I select B, C, and then D, you could see that I've selected 4 different cells. 4 different cells. Now I've selected 6 different cells. We are saying that this is a range. Now, how do we name this? We are saying that if you want to know the name of this range, you select the first cell of the range and the last cell to the right. I'm listening. Someone else on the line. All right. So yes. I was saying
I think she said she can't see from her screen. She can't see the screen.
And it's how we are seeing. So I suggest probably she exit and rejoin. She will get the feed.
All right. So, madam, please exit and then join. Exit and then join. Yes, exit and join. We're going to get that. Good. Thank you very much. Let's keep the ball rolling. So what I was trying to say is that we have range. We have range in Excel. And I said a range is a group of selected cells. A group of selected cells. So for instance, if I select from A3, so A3 to, if I select to B7, now the moment you select a cell, multiple cells like this ceases to be a single cell, but what? It becomes a range. So this is a range. This is a range. Now let's try a practical example here to see. Assuming we have here, I'm adding another, let's say score. Let's say scores. We have this. We haven't gotten there, but in order for us to get a clear understanding, let me use this chance to. So we have 2 here, we have 3, maybe we have 23, we have 12. Now, if I select this, it means I have selected a range. But if I select only the 2, I have selected a cell. So that is why I share that if you talk of a range is a selection of multiple cells. Selection of multiple cells. So how do we name a range? This is in column E. So we'll first look at the first number on the first row, which is the 2. And then the last row is what? On 5. In the same column. So this can be named as E2 through, then we are saying that true. This is true. True. Now where you start to where you end, we are saying that where you start becomes your starting point and your ending point. That is true. If you want that to show for you, then if you bring equal sign like this, the moment you click on it, it will show beautifully for you to see. So all that I'm trying to talk about is this. So you can see that the range I have selected has the name E2 through E5. Or in English, we'll say that E2 colon E5. So this is the name of the range. And if you select 1, it becomes a single cell, which is E2. So basically, what I want us to get note of here is that when you select multiple cells, it ceases to be a cell, but what? It's a range. So that is range. Take note of this, because this is what we may use when we get to the formula and the functions. We may not be referencing to individual cells. Good. Thank you very much. If you are on the same page with me, you click on escape and everything will go. You click on escape and everything will go. So as a beginner, it is very important to also know how to wrap tests. How to wrap tests. Majority of us, I think, may be teachers. On students' report card, is somebody talking?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, what?
Yeah, I want you to pause so that I stop the recording and restart, so that we don't have long recording.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let me do that quickly. No, you can keep still. I'm just stopping